Hello everyone, Gothic King Cobra with another video. Now because of the fact that my YouTube account likes to lag on the videos, because recording it directly seems to do that, I'm just going to try something new. I'm going to try recording the video from my computer and then uploading it to YouTube. See if that helps with the lagging. So yes, I watched the episode of South Park, the one I mentioned in the last video, and it was a fucking riot as usual, you know. Now, I thought this episode was going to be about Cartman falling in love, but no, it's not. If you have not seen this new episode of South Park, turn away, because I'm going to discuss the points. If not, whatever. Now, a new girl arrives at South Park Elementary. She's African-American. Cartman, being the racist asshole he is, manages to set her and Token up, the other African-American at that school. And he succeeds. But in doing so, he tells everyone that Kyle and him are a couple. Ends up being a really funny episode of South Park, so, yeah. Do. So, yeah, now I'm caught up on South Park. I feel a lot better having a good laugh, because sometimes in life you need a good laugh. Because sometimes in life can be stressful. So sometimes it's good to have a good laugh in life. You never know, you know. That's some good Mountain Dew. Yeah. So people give me shit about my spelling on YouTube or on Facebook. Look at that. That's not how you spell Mount. It's MTN. That's an abbreviation. That's bad grammar. Think about that. Now imagine if you're drinking this in an English teacher's classroom that doesn't allow soda. It'd piss them off two ways. One, they'd be like, that's bad grammar and improper. Two, no soda in my classroom, young man or young woman. I don't know if they're doing it to be hip or what, but Mountain Dew is not abbreviated MTN. Mountain Dew. It's supposed to say mountain, but they took out a couple of letters, so it's abbreviated. Make it sound hip and cool, you know. Because unfortunately, they think they have to do that shit to keep people to buy Mountain Dew. Now, me, I love Mountain Dew. It's caffeine. It's got lots of sugar in it. That's good enough for me. I don't care if it's fucking abbreviated, make it hip or trendy, or you know what I mean. So every so often they'll change their logos, these sodas, to get a fresh remix, and that's perfectly natural to do. A lot of people do that with their music, with their art in general, you know what I mean? They do it because they want it to sell, because all the old audience, they're not making enough money, so they're trying to reach a newer generation with their shit. You know? It's called marketing. You know, just how they do it. Oh, there's like one drop left. Now it's empty. Damn. Anyway, it's called marketing, and they do it to, like I said, trying to find a new demographic, demographic audience. So, yeah. So yeah, that's how they do that. And surprisingly enough, it works. You got these old hipsters, you know, they're like, oh, that's abbreviated, that's so hip. Word fat, yo, you know, I'm shit like that. So, and they, you know, that's the thing, is Mountain Dew hasn't changed. It's just a different logo. They just changed the logo to increase their sales. They ain't like alter the taste, create some crazy new fad flavor. So in a way, it's brilliant, but it's also sadistic. So yeah, that's a little lesson there. And again, it doesn't mean Mountain Dew is a bad company. I'm just saying that they do these kinds of things to purely promote and create a new audience for their product. You know, it's kind of like someone does a remix of a song. You know what I'm saying? They make it more popular or whatever. You know. I mean, I wish I would have known what I know now on Garage Band, what I know back then when I started making Blood Cemetery, man. It would have kicked some serious ass, and then the CDs that progressed would have been a lot better. But Oh well. So anyway, I'm gonna try playing a video from my computer, see if that helps with the lag, because unfortunately I go talking and it like freezes while I'm just blah 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 talking about whatever, and it's a pain in the ass. It makes my videos hard to follow. So yeah. Speaking of my music, how about we play some guitars? Some guitar. Whoopsie daisy, if I have to plug it in. There you go. Got the amp jack wasn't plugged in. But sometimes, I get a little frustrated with my guitar playing because for me it grows stale. I'm playing the same style, you know, and so I try to expand my style a little bit, and it ends up sucking even worse than before. So then I doubt my guitar playing, and there's some days I just go. I go, that wasn't that bad. Now, the key to playing guitar, like I said, is accuracy. I mean, you can have the... You can have speed, but if it ain't accurate, it's just going to sound like shit. So the accuracy helps make the speed more realistic, if you will. Tuned. But, what was I gonna say? I don't know, I got nothing else to say right now, so... Fuck, I'll just play guitar. One thing about playing guitar that's confined to space is I'm constantly knocking shit off my shelf here. Anyway, oh yes, shout outs. I'll go to my YouTube here and look them up. You guys want to hear an opening to a 3 Days Grace song on distortion? And turn off all that section there. careful when you're playing this because you want to like strum too many strings. So, pardon me a little. Schnockered. I'm like drunk off my ass, just so buzzed. So, but. Some ounce of intelligence that I'd have, I'd fucking put the cup like over here somewhere, so every time I'm going with the guitar, it's like boo every time. No, but. I just screw around on the guitar a lot, and it's not bad. My guitar playing isn't, but sometimes I do doubt myself. Okay, so I go to my vocal cover I made. I think this is the video. I ever said that stupid video that douchebag posted of me supposedly being gay and I'm not. People are asking things like, are you sure you're not gay? You're putting your lips over that flashlight. No. Okay. I wasn't. You know, like that, pretending the flashlight's a microphone. Okay? And I wasn't putting my lips over the flashlight like, okay, fuck that. I'm trying to add emotion to the singing. You know, and I don't know, dude. I just... Mistake on purpose, shout out. Thanks for watching. You are so... Oh my... Remove... And... Block user. I'm sick and tired of this. Okay, enough is enough. I've had enough of the bullshit. Your little video explaining you think you know my life. You know where I've been. You don't know who the fuck I am. You think you know me? You don't even know shit about me, dude. So, yeah. Fuck off. That wasn't the video. Damn. So we'll go to, my channel. Also, shout out to 3232. Thank you for watching. He Big Bill is his name. LOL, he says. How to get laid, but he played as slay bitches. Okay, you wanna... he's a 20-year-old virgin and he needs to know the secret. Okay, here's the first secret. Saying it slay bitches. That's your first problem. Is don't refer to them as bitches unless you're being a bitch. Okay, referring to them all as one as bitches. That's your... Okay. Now, unless the woman in question is being a bitch, a cunt, stupid, whatever, blah, 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 then yeah. But referring to them whole as a bitch, first secret is respect. And you want sex bad enough, judging by your comment. That's your second biggest mistake. You need to play it smooth, man, like Marlboro smooth, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Because if you walk into a bar or a social situation and you see an attractive woman you'd like to have sex with, it's written all over your body, man. Your body language like that. She'll pick up on it like that. And you know what she'll do? She'll play her game and keep you guessing. And you'll be sitting there going, oh, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So you have the advantage. You can play it smooth, pretend like you don't care, show a little interest, pretend like you don't care. It's smooth, man. Okay? And then once you manage to slay the bitch, as you so colorfully put it, take time to ask her what turns you on. What would you like me to do to you? Oh, if you're courteous in bed, oh my god. And if she shows you how to do it like that. And keep doing it until she says stop. Until she cannot orgasm anymore. And she'll tell her friends what an amazing guy you are in bed. And then you'll be like, us not nowhere, if it's not a relationship, she breaks up with you or something. One of her friends comes on the rebound and goes, I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. She wants to get in your pants. It's that easy. Now, women are not as complicated as men make them out to be. They just want a guy who's great in bed, who can take a hint and who can listen and also treat them with respect. But also, you know, keep the bad boy mysterious thing going, you know what I'm saying? So it lets people around them know that It's not a dude you want to fuck with. It makes her feel protected, and she wants, you know, maybe some strong arms to hold her tonight, make her feel safe. Shit like that. Chicks eat that romantic shit up like pudding, dude. I'm just saying, man. It's sappy, and as a guy, you're thinking, oh, fuck that, you know. Trust me, dude. A lot of chicks like that. Not every chick will like that, but again, it allows us to come down to one thing, and that's communication. Find out what her likes and dislikes are. Don't just jump in expecting sex on the first date, unless she's a fucking hooker. Okay? Then you have to pay. So big bill as you call yourself. If that doesn't work, then get a prostitute, put a condom on. There you go. You're no longer a virgin. You won't actually feel it, but trust me, your dick will thank you later, and you're not catching an STD or herpes or AIDS. So, and you know what? Quite honestly, I don't know how the fuck. I thought I blocked this douchebag from my channel. I don't know how that. No, not Big Bill, is the other guy that was harassing me. He's explaining my life story to everyone. Like he doesn't know my life story. Unfortunately, he's just being a douchebag. Oh, he's so lucky that he doesn't know. He's just so lucky I don't know where he lives, and then I'd have a gun. I'm like, what now, bitch? You don't know my life story. Talk about slaying a little bitch. Talk about slaying this person. Let it play. I'm just fucking with you. I wouldn't kill him, but I would kick his ass. No, even then that would be a waste of my muscle. So, okay, you want my life story? I'll give it to you. Okay, everyone else can say what the fuck they want about me with their little parody videos, but here's from the Cobra's mouth himself, my life story. Okay. Now, before YouTube, this is way before, you know, a long time ago. When I was born, my parents did not know I had Asperger's. It was unheard of in the 90s, as I was born in 91, of March 26, okay? And so, and my parents grew up in a generation where if there's something wrong with the kid, like Asperger's or ADHD, it wasn't the kid's fault or anything, it was the parents' fault. So the parents insured would be stricter on the kid, thinking that's how they could fix the problem. Because my dad has ADHD, and he grew up, and his parents, you know, are a little strict because of that. They thought it was their fault for some reason. So you see where the story picks up here. Now, my mom and dad, my birth mom, I should say, were 21 when they had me, my age, having a kid, you know, so they had no idea what the fuck they were doing. My dad worked his ass off at a convenience store for $3 an hour, so it wasn't much money, had a very small apartment, and didn't have very much to their name, but they made enough to take care of me. Now, my dad had a fully restored 66 Mustang. I've seen pictures of it. It's gorgeous. Amarillo metallic paint with the pointy parchment interior. Ooh. And the racing engine and all that. But he totaled it hitting a deer in Casper. Guess what? He had to sell it because he had some medical bills that he had to take care of for me. Because my mom didn't breastfeed me, so she gave me this formula, which it turns out I had an allergic reaction to, which made my butthole bleed. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mom. Stupid. And the doctors there were clueless as hell, so they're like, oh, blah, 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 you know. My dad took me out the formula, and I stopped bleeding from the asshole. And I had complications at birth with my lungs and brain patterns or stuff like that, so they had me in an incubator. My dad has a picture of me wearing shades, looking all Joe Cool and shit, you know. And so, and I turned it all right. I mean, I'm a little off, yes, but Asperger's didn't necessarily ruin my life completely. Well, it turns out my mom, Laura, is a psychotic cunt, so my dad divorced her, or, you know, realized that her craziness, he blames it on her parents, I blame it on her. And he said, look, I can't deal with this. You're not very safe around Josh. So he kicked her out and tried to divorce her. Well, the court battle was so freaking messy. I'm 2 or 3 years old, flying back and forth from my dad's house to my mom's house. My mom's, you know. So it was a very stressful childhood growing up like that. And my dad won custody of me eventually, in agreement that I'd be allowed to see my real mom, Laura, every once in a while. And I hated going to see her. I freaking hated it. Because I just, you know. And so eventually the courts agreed that, I don't have to go see her anymore. So at this point in my life, by that time, my real mom, I should say, I consider my real mom, Tannis, my stepmom came in and married me, and she's been awesome, putting up with my bullshit. So, my dad met her, actually, ironically enough. My dad was taking a college course, and him and his buddies were like, let's go take history. I heard it's a new teacher. Yeah, well, she'd be hot. My dad's like, yeah, hot history teacher. Yeah, right. Well, it turns out, they connected real well, and she married. And since then, I've had 2 sisters, half sisters, if you will. Now, at this point, my real mom, Laura, my birth mom, I should say, took it upon herself to send me clothes, candy, shit like that, And I hated it. And my parents couldn't figure out why. And at the very tender age, well advanced beyond my years, I expressed myself in a way that most adults at that time couldn't. I said it's because I know she's not here to be with my mom. She's trying to do what my other mom was trying to do, stuff like that. And the way I expressed myself was way beyond my years. And my parents were like, whoa, So I sent her a letter and said, please stop. It brings up too much painful memories. Just stop. Okay. She stopped. Now, at some point when I was 12 or 13, in between dealing with being picked on and bullied at school and all that other shit, we went to go see my grandparents and Cheyenne, my stepmom's parents, if you will, and my other mom, Laura, contacted me, or I contacted her, I don't remember which. No, she said she wanted to meet up for a bite to eat at the mall, so I figured, oh, what the hell, maybe, she's sane enough, I don't know. Well, we went to this little pizza restaurant in the mall in Cheyenne, and we hardly ever talked. We were like strangers, and after that, I'm like, no more contact. Fuck that, Now, a couple weeks ago, I thought about contacting her just to, catch up and, bring her back into my life, but that moment passed, because I realized if I fucking saw her, I'd probably kick the living shit out of her for me, for emotionally scarring me like she did. Well, now we fast forward through bullshit in school, learning disabilities, being in special ed at 1 year because of my learning disorders. I'm 12 years old, and my dad's mom, my grandma, she says, you heard of Asperger's? My dad goes, no, what is it? And she gives my dad the article, on the online article, and it describes everything and all my mannerisms and all that. And my dad goes, holy shit, he has Asperger's? Oh, damn, that's what's wrong with him. Because before that, my parents were trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with me. So some doctors are like, he's multiple personality, he's ADHD, he's OCD, he's this, he's that. Different medications, just, On top of that, because of the way they were raised with, there's something wrong with the kid, it's the parents' fault, like ADHD or Asperger's. So on top of all the doctors, the meds also came with the strictness and all that. So finally they figured out I had Asperger's. And the things they said on the website, this is how you should not raise a kid with Asperger's. They did everything wrong. So that's 12 years of accidentally raising me the way they did. And they didn't know I had Asperger's. It was an honest mistake. But I have a hard time trusting them because of that. And now we're into my junior high years, if you will. Now, because my dad is a kidder, it's just the way he is. He likes to give me shit about girls I like, and he used to. And I can be honest with you, that kind of sucked major donkey dick, considering the girls I liked rejected me because of my social awkwardness and the way I treated them, and then come home to have your old man give you shit about it, oh, you like so-and-so, smoochy, I mean, it's perfectly normal to have fathers do that to their children, but because of the Asperger's, I took it literally, and that only added to the pile of hatred I have towards my father, and right now, our relationship is, it's getting better, per se. It's not perfect by any means. There are days we want to kill each other. So, now we flash forward through all the drama and bullshit, blah, 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 and now I'm out of high school, or I should say, maybe in high school, my senior year. Ditching class to smoke cigarettes. Everything just sucks. There's no point, blah, 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 listen to Cradle of Filth, just living my life, you know what I'm saying? And I thought, okay, I think this was a little after. Yeah, this was after I graduated high school. I graduated by about this much. I had my hair down to here. It was black. It looked sick. By the time I had a Facebook account for like a year, maybe. And my dad was like, I don't care if you dress like that, like when I'm dressing now. If you start having an attitude problem, then we're going to have to make you change it. Well, he found out about how bad my grades were, and, being a caring parent, he said, all of it's got to go. And since then, we've had several relapses like that where he's confiscated all my goth shit and said, goth's not allowed in the house. And you know why he's been so against goth for the longest time? Because back when I got into it at junior high, my dad read this bullshit article that goths are Satanists and evil people. Some stereotypical bullshit. So my dad saw me going into goth, and he's like, oh my god, my son's becoming a Satanist. Which one of our fights or discussions, whatever you want to call it, came into play. And I said, that's such bullshit, man. You're believing what the media tells you. He's like, that's bullshit. I'm like, I'll prove it to you. I gave him that, ironically enough, that link I used in that one What is Goth video, one of my newer videos I made a couple of days ago. He read the website. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know this is. I'm like, hey, that's all right. And then, and then I got my YouTube account, started making videos, and got into YouTube. Well, somewhere along the line, I thought it'd be a great idea to go to Job Corps. And it was not a good idea. I mean, the program is a great program, don't get me wrong, but the way that Job Corps was ran was total shit. The students knew more about what was going on than the staff did. So if the staff heard about a couple having sex on campus, it was usually a month or so later after it happened, and the students would just sit there and deny it. Like, no, it wasn't true. What were you talking about? Because the students lived by the no narc rule, and that's just the way it was. You narked on someone, you got treated like shit. So often it was like going to prison and high school at the same time. The only difference is you couldn't leave. You go home, and so it was a very, very stressful environment. And staff are like, it's okay to tell people if they're endangering themselves, blah, 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 blah. There's like X amount of staff and 200 students. These staff just have to deal with them. They don't have to live with the fuckers, okay? So it's a different story. So staff and students button heads constantly. Jacketed leaders, which are students in charge of other students, giving them write-ups to enforce the rules, just constant, So drug use was fairly common up there. People were doing jailhouse acid. It was one of my things. I made that. They were doing Dramamine, pills, spice, weed, huffing, anything they could do to get the rocks off, Because sometimes the cigarettes didn't help because the Job Corps was that fucking stressful. And I made a joke about it, saying, well, if Job Corps were a drug, it'd be Dramamine, because it's drama and it's mean. Yeah, it was really, really tasteless, I should say. Because we had a girl go to the hospital because she supposedly OD'd on Dramamine while she was taking a bunch of other shit, and someone else got kicked out for stealing Dramamine. So yeah, Job Corps was the particular pro, and you know what? There's 200 students. You're out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Ain't much to do. You know what I'm saying? After all, you get bored with it, and you start exploring other possibilities, like making jailhouse acid. You can smoke it or you can eat it. By the way, but at first I'm like, dude, fucking this is awesome. But then I got an immune system to it, and it's just like, this ain't doing shit to me. This sucks. So I found the next Job Corps smokable to get me high, or Job Corps drug, if you will. So yeah, after a while at Job Corps, I started experimenting with drugs, and someone that bought crystal meth to Job Corps, I would have been like, fuck that. I would have gone to the staff and been like, so-and-so's got crystal meth, fucking kick him out now. Because I don't care, man, as far as me and drugs are going, man, if I become a famous physician, maybe shrooms and weed, and that's it, and they aren't even drugs, they're plants. I'm thinking psychedelics and just make you feel good, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do anything like seriously hard, like crack or meth. Fuck that shit, dude. That's just, So anyway, I got kicked out of Job Corps for smoking pot, and I came back, and once again, my dad was like, as I got kicked out, my dad was like, you got 2 weeks to get a job. We were cutting your hair, and it was down to here again. It looked fucking amazing. So I got home. The minute I got home, 15 rules: don't follow them, get the fuck out. We don't want to deal with it. So yeah, it's been a little dramatic coming home from Job Corps, but it's gotten better now. My dad has made us a huge effort to fix our relationship because. Sorry. It's been stressful. I'm sorry. Got something in my eye. It's been very stressful because I go on YouTube to make a video, and some people just think that they know me. I'm not saying that my life's been the worst. Okay, I'm not trying to make it out like, oh, poor me, poor me. I'm just saying, growing up with Asperger's hasn't been easy. And to sit here and deal with assholes on YouTube, I try to laugh it off, but sometimes it's hard to laugh it off. So if you think you know my life, you don't know shit, man. I'm not saying that my life has been the worst or the easiest, you know, because that's the thing about life, man. No one's life is perfect. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, middle class, whatever. No one's life is perfect. Okay? And, you know, I didn't... So my dad's trying to make an effort on our relationship, and I need to, too. But it goes back to growing up with Asperger's and dealing with his bullshit, because the way I see it, he was, you know... I take everything literal sometimes, and that's part of having Asperger's, and it really sucks sometimes when you deal with people being jack-offs on YouTube, basically. So, again with that, you know, and I do pretty good on YouTube for dealing with it, and I used to be really bad about it, you know, just going off, jumping the gun on everything, man. But in recent years, I'm trying to learn to laugh at myself a little bit, because... before I went to Job Corps, they're like, oh, Job Corps is nothing like high school. We were just fine there. When I first got to Job Corps, they were right. Job Corps is an alright program. But it steadily got worse and worse and worse by the day, to the point where you just were wanting to rip someone's head off. You know? So, you know, it's exactly like high school. There's the cliques, there's the cowboys, the weirdos, you know? And... personally, I hung out with the people at Job Corps that no one else wanted to hang out with. You know, there were some people that were, yeah, hey, it's that guy, you know. And at first, I was picked on at Job Corps. I tried telling staff, saying, hey, someone's were picking on me, like they told me to do, like I'd always done beforehand at in the school systems. And you know what I did? It made things worse. And enough, I kicked their ass. I got kicked out of Job Corps for it. So instead, I started letting myself laugh at the shit they did, and just rubbing it in, and then making jokes about it, and doing crazy stupid shit like the experimental drugs I made. Taking Schlater's bike for a joyride. Now, those who don't know who Schlater is, he's this, you know, hard-ass ex-military man, you know, just grumpy as hell, you know. And after a night of experimental huffing and jailhouse acid, which was trippy as fuck, by the way, especially when the dance house just at was having these fucking strobe lights and shit. It was like, and they started playing this dubstep. I was just like, whoa, this is cool. And then, yeah, and then I'm like, I all gotta dance, have a cigarette. I'm like, I'm gonna take this bike for a joyride. Sweets. I did it, and I come flying by Schlater's bike like, whoa, rock and roll, man. People are like, oh my god, sounds you crazy bastard. Alright, and then some guy stops me, one of the jacks, if you will, gets off the bike, yanks it away from me, gets cut in the process of doing it, and then blames me for it, by the way. And considering that I stole Schlater's bike for a joyride, he gets the credit for stopping me or whatever, and I get in trouble for it. It's like, you know, so because he yanked it away from me, and then I said that, and of course, he says I'm lying. He said I was lying, and of course, because I stole the bike, again, he's just, you know... And Schlater was pissed, dude. He was like, I'm representing the Bucks of Job Corps uniform, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, you know. So, you know, Schlater's like, you know what? He's going to work off hours for me for what he did. So I'm like, you know, how bad can it be? I'm thinking he's going to have me scrub toilets or whatever, you know. No, he ended up having me clean out the storage above the gym, which was a fucking mess and a half. Like, you wouldn't believe. Like, there was shit everywhere. And it was a, you know, size of a gym, right? A standard size school gym. It was like that, and it was above everywhere. So every night, for 4 days. I cleaned it and organized it, made it look good, and actually had a ghostly encounter up there. Yes, the Job Corps I went to was in fact haunted. My roommate became possessed and shit like that. So, and a lot of shit, man. All for later videos, of course. But anyway, I cleaned it out, and he said it looks good. I'm like, all right, you know, and shit was cool with us now. You know, I learned my lesson, you know, for being a little mischievous asshole. And but when I got kicked out of Job Corps smoking pot, I was talking to my girlfriend Stephanie, and people were still talking about it. You know what I'm saying? A legacy, if you will, to live life like a rock star. So, yeah. And I've realized that because of the experimental, and with that, of course, I made this thing called Devil's Pitchfork. Because I discovered a lot of ways to make yourself high. I thought they were perfectly legal. You know, you could smoke the green tea out of a tea packet that makes you kind of high, but it gives you a nasty headache when it wears off. You do the orange peel and toothpaste jailhouse acid to where it's like makes like little hairs. When the hairs dry out, you can take the hairs, you can eat them, or you can put them in a pipe and smoke them, and it makes you high. Anyway, me and my friend Forrest made this shit, right? We took the green tea, black tea, some toothpaste, which had the chemical in it, which, you know, makes you high. Here's another thing you can do. You can take a menthol cigarette and some Crest Complete, because it has, I can't remember what it's called. But when you dry it on the cigarette, it creates a mild form of acid and makes you trip balls. Holy shit. Like, whoa. They call them trippy sticks. Some of the new kids came in. They were already hating Job Corps because they started to come in. They didn't come in when I came in. They didn't come in when Job Corps was still decent. They came in and were starting to suck. And the first lodge meeting they had, we're all getting lectured about something stupid someone did because people aren't very smart up there about, you know, vandalism, blah, 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 blah. And the guy up there was like, hey, new kids, man, sorry about this, you know. But they're like, man, Job Corps sucks. We shouldn't have come here. I'm like, guys, I got this. I'll show them how to make trippy sticks. And they're like, this ain't gonna make you high. Like, holy shit, dude. All you gotta do is take Crest Complete toothpaste, a light coating on a Newport 100. Any menthol will work, but it's pretty strong with Newport 100s. And then jailhouse acid juice. You know, you don't have to use that jailhouse acid juice, but it helps make it stronger. And dry it out to where it's white. Smoke it, and you will trip balls. Holy shit. You don't have to use the jailhouse acid juice, but I used... It works either way. But, see, here's what I did. I had a Newport Menthol 100. Crest Complete with scope, like you're supposed to use. You know, smeared it all over the cigarette, let it dry. And then a light coating of jailhouse acid juice. I let that shit dry in my locker all fucking night. The next morning, before trade, I smoked it. And I was high as fucking shit all day, dude. It was like, whoa. Now, here's why. The chemical compound in Crest and toothpaste, there's a certain chemical in certain toothpaste. When it mixes with the chemical in menthol cigarettes, it creates a mild form of acid. The things you learn at Job Corps that parents don't want their kids to know. And then, of course, you try telling the kids try telling the parents, oh man, it sucks up here. And what do the parents do? They go, well, you're just not following the rules. You need to be better behaved, blah, 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 blah. Trust in staff, blah, 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 blah. I did not respect very many staff members up there because they were just, you know, ex-military, total hard asses. Thought they were better than you because they were ex-military, you know what I'm saying? My instructor, Mr. Wolf, for instance, was a ex-highway patrolman. So, but he wasn't a hard ass about it. It's just, he was fair, you know what I'm saying? And now, if you've served our country, that's great, but then you come home and try to intimidate everyone, act like a total badass because, you know, you killed a bunch of people. That ain't right, man. That ain't, you know, doing your country a bit of justice. Okay, you know the ones I'm talking about. You know, you've had those gym teachers who served in the wars, you know, and they come home just big as hell, trying to intimidate everyone with their meanness and shit. Man, fuck you. That ain't right, man. Those are kids just trying to learn how to physically be healthy and shit. And your drill sergeant routines just, you know, it's complete bullshit. I don't put up with people like that. And so 9 times out of 10, the hard asses always gave me shit, and I never gave in to their bullshit, you know, no matter what they did. And it pissed them off to no end, so, yeah. Great way to make friends, by the way. And, you know, so, And Devil's Pitchfork, by the way, I forgot to mention that, was like green tea, black tea, crisp complete with scope, lemon juice. And that in itself made Sunny D, which what someone called it. That made you high as fuck when you dried it out and smoked it. It was like, you know, a smokable you could do. With him, I then, my friend Forrest has a glass eye, so he has eyeglass cleaner with it, which has chlorphoric acid. We put that shit in there with some pipe tobacco and some seasoned spice, like Mexican seasoning that you spice up, make food spicy with, and some hand sanitizer, chunks of dry deodorant, and just and I think that's it, from what I can remember. And you mix that shit up, it was all weird looking and fucking creepy, just weird looking as fuck. Dude, you smoke that shit? Oh my fucking god, you were high as fuck. And then one day my friend Forrest got the brilliant idea to add more eyeglass cleaner to it, which meant more chlorphoric acid, which in fact made the balance. It threw it off and it worked. Got us high as fuck, but it was dissolving the crap out of our lungs. So when the high wore off, we had a massive headache and shit was happening to us we did not like. So at that point we're just like, fuck that, man. Yeah. My nose started bleeding, my legs hurt, my lungs hurt, my head hurt. It wasn't the most brilliant idea in the world. And for a while, everything just sucked. So, yeah. So, yeah, I've done a little bit of experimenting with drugs in my day. Mainly because life is stressful. I'm looking for relief to relieve the stress. And now I'm an alcoholic. Because it's legal. It won't get me in too much trouble if I, don't do anything too stupid when I'm drunk. But right now, I'm not drunk. I'm just kind of, buzzing and relaxing a little bit, So, again, I'm trying to, drink more responsibly, but so there you have it, my life story, a shortened version of it, if you will. And the symbol is not a penis, okay? I mean, I drew a penis and drew my symbol. They look nothing alike. What the fuck is that? Again, people have said it looks like a penis for whatever fucking reason, because they're just weird. And then, of course, I met my girlfriend Stephanie up at Job Quo, which is weird because I never thought myself to be capable of doing that, but... So again, if you're thinking of my life story, you don't know and you know it now. So that video that guy's been posting saying that's my life story, that's complete bullshit. And, okay. I guarantee if any of these trolls ever try to find me on the street, and better hope to God I don't kick their ass to some existing force, because there have been times when people have picked on me and pushed me far enough where I just snapped, and I kicked the living shit out of them. And after that stopped. Now I probably got suspended from school for fighting. And here's what happened, alright? I got this kid at school picking on me in junior high, and I'm doing what the teachers say, ignore it and walk away. He's picking on me in my favorite class. I think might have been art or something like that. And so instead of kicking him out, they kicked me out and put me in an extra study hall. What the fuck is that? And then he still won't stop. And so after that, I'm trying to walk away, and they're like, you need to fight this guy, Saunders. I'm like, no, I'm in junior high, I'm like, I'm not gonna fight this guy, whatever, right? So then as I start to walk away, students are shoving me to across the street to physically force me to fight. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, I've had enough of this shit. He came in, he got what he had deserved. I took his head, I fucking slammed it against a fucking pine tree, dude. He was bloody as fuck. And so I'd had enough. And the principal was like talking to my dad and going, yeah, Mr. Saunders, I hate to do this. This kid's been harassing this guy for a long time now, and telling him about the art being kicked out of art class for me because he's harassing me and putting me in an extra study hall because he won't quit picking on me. You know, my dad's just like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Now, my dad has done things like, you know, stand up for me in school. You know, when I was in 4th grade, he went and talked to the class about my Asperger's and said things like, you know, Josh can't help it sometimes and blah, 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 blah. And when I was a kid, you know, me and my dad watched movies together and we'd goof off. So there's been some good times with my dad. There's been some bad times, you know. But in general senses, I guess, I'm just trying to be civil, you know, because I'm tired of fighting with my dad. Because every time I fight with him, he lectures my ass to hell and back. I sit there going, bored out of my fucking mind. I don't really give a shit what he says. It just goes in one ear and out the other. So instead of putting up with all that, I'm just going to be civil and do what I can. So when I'm free, I can go, I'm free. But right now, I don't have an apartment or a car, so, and I'm paying $300 a month in rent, so, you know, now that I got that ticket taken care of, I can start saving up for rent. Every paycheck, I pay $100 or $200. And the next paycheck, $100 or $200. You know, until it's $300 for the whole month. So, yeah. Anyway. You know, so growing up with Asperger's has had its downside. It really has. It's had moments where it sucked. But then there's the plus. Because of the experiences I've had in my life, the emotions it's produced in me, the scars it's given me. I'm able to write such good music because it's personal. So it's what you get of that music is honesty and downright. This is, you know what I'm saying. Like my fourth Sea of the Darkness, for instance, is chronological my life before Job Corps, during Job Corps, and after Job Corps life right now. A broken heart tells no lies. I have loved before. Yes, me bitching about love in one of my songs. That's original. Like Eminem complaining about his ex-wife and his crazy mom. See? I'm making fun of myself. And then we go down to, Magical Woman. Which is a song about Stephanie because she is magical. Unfortunately, okay, this is the thing. Stephanie is the only one that brings out the best in me. People like, oh man, when you're around Stephanie, you're just so pleasant to be with, and you're smiling more, and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know, obvious reasons why. And yeah, Stephanie is the only one that brings out the best in me, and she's amazing, you know, so. You know, and that's the thing about life, is I go, holy shit, I just got a girlfriend, oh my god, and then something else happens to kind of kill that buzz, and it pisses me off to no end. So, here's the thing, I remember when I got my first kiss, right? 1920s, I'm guessing somewhere in there, you know, the girl kind of felt bad for me, and I was like, dude, I just got my first kiss, holy shit. And I had a pack of cigarettes to my name, so I was feeling pretty good about myself, right? I come home, and unfortunately my room's like right over here. This old house I used to live in before, this other house before I moved to this one. I walk past my dad. You smoke cigarettes? Give me your cigarettes. You know, this is back when he actually gave a shit that I smoked. So, I went to go get the cigarettes, walking during lunchtime all the way up to a smoke shop, and then back down, you know, because it was the only smoke shop that it was the cheapest I could afford there, you know, and it was the cheapest I could afford for the cigarettes I wanted. And then I'm like, you know what, fuck gym class, I'm not going to put up their bullshit. So I sat there in an abandoned house by the school, head to toe in black, had my spikes on and everything, you know, my hair was down and my shoulders dyed black, listening to Cradle of Filth, smoking cigarettes, just, you know. And these two chicks come by, they're probably ditching school too, and just hearing that I've never had sex or anything like that. Like, none from those sluts from that so-and-so school. And I'm like, no. And I don't understand why girls do that to each other, because, I mean, is it because they know the girls personally, or is it because they're just doing that because they're jealous? I don't know. And one ends up kissing me, and it's like, I'm like, wow. A better outlook on life. Some positive thinking. So I got a bit of a bubble. I'm feeling like I'm stoned. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. To come home to my dad to lecture me about the dangers of smoking, confiscating my cigarettes, the bubbles popped. And that's the ups and downs in life, unfortunately. So, yeah. Anyway, this video's been long enough. This is Gothic Kinko with another video, my life story. Thanks for watching, and you know what? Fuck the haters. They can suck my dick. They don't even know. But now, they know. And if they still choose to pick on me, fuck them. I don't care. I really don't. I've got bigger fish to fry, and they're not worth my time, so...